What is up YouTube, and welcome to this Aquaman video review. So I watched the film yesterday at the first showing. It was so nice going to actually be able to see a comic book movie at the first ever showing at the cinema. Back in the day when I was a bit younger, I was able to go to see the first showing of all the Marvel movies. I was literally there, front row, ready with my popcorn. But Aquaman as a whole, this was it. This is DC. DCEU is back. They are back in a big way. And this was stunning. I had a day to recover. I went to see it yesterday morning about 11:10. And I have had 24 hours now to think and meditate on the world of Aquaman. And yeah, James Wan has crushed it. He has nailed it here. And I was a bit confused when he said, like, oh, he had the option to do The Flash or Aquaman. He said, I want to do Aquaman because, well, no one's really done a cool Aquaman, or it's harder, really. Aquaman's always been like the joke. There's those things in Family Guy where he's a bit of a joke character and things like that. And Jason Momoa here has made him cool again, especially when we saw him in Justice League. He's made Aquaman cool, which was no mean feat, I must say. But the question is, how would a Aquaman movie translate into the real world? Because if you are an Entourage TV show fan, you remember that Vinny Chase, he was Aquaman, and it was a global box office phenomenon. And really here, they have somehow managed to meld the story of Black Panther along with, as well, some Game of Thrones style world building, and it's just stunning. It's just a really, really good movie. And the opening scene where we see the origin story of Arthur, and we have Atlanta with Nicole Kidman, who they de-aged her, and then things happen, and she just doesn't look any older. I mean, it's crazy, absolutely crazy. She's just got great genetics. And of course, we had Django Fett there as well, which was pretty cool. He's his dad, and the whole film is just a tour de force. It is fun, and a lot of it, I felt the trailer, I wasn't hyped for it. I'll be honest, I wasn't hyped for this movie, especially after Justice League. Justice League kind of destroyed my expectations for the upcoming DC movies. But Wonder Woman, we must remember as well that while Justice League came out before, this film was made after, and a lot of the changes that were made in the DCEU. So Wonder Woman was the first one to really kind of make changes to everything and their format and how they handle things. So the Wonder Woman, for all intents and purposes, with Aquaman, is the new DCEU, and they've done really, really well. And it's not dark, it's fun, it's huge, and a lot of the humour, which from the trailer I wasn't too big on. I thought it looked really cringy. I didn't like Aquaman, Arthur Curry in Justice League. I thought it was a bit of a jerk. It was just a douchebag for douchebag's sake. But they actually make him fun here, and they seem to be letting Jason Momoa run wild with actually, you know, being himself. Because to be honest, Aquaman is a bit stiff, he's a bit wooden, he's not really kind of the most interesting character. They've had a huge event just recently in the comics with Drowned Earth, with Justice League, and again, I just don't care. But Jason Momoa's Aquaman, I'm interested in. And I was interested to see how they would do things when he finally gets his suit. He gets his actual comic book accurate suit and the trident, and it is awesome. It is just amazing how they work this in and things like that. Now, one weird thing is that the big whole thing is the fact that Jason Momoa's Aquaman, Arthur Curry, has not actually been to Atlantis, but he did. He went in Justice League, and he took the trident that he had in this movie, and he used it to defeat Steppenwolf. Now, the weird thing is we never really get that many mentions of Steppenwolf or the Justice League. Queen Mira actually just simply says that you defeated Steppenwolf, and there must be a reason why you helped defeat him. So yeah, that's interesting as well. But I would have thought there'd be more crossovers. I just want more kind of blending in and cameos and something like that. Maybe some newsreels of maybe Superman doing something or Batman doing something. It was a bit of a shame that, and this just feels very self-contained as much as Wonder Woman really did as well. But it's weird finally getting this origin story, as we've already had him in Justice League, and the way they blend the story is very well done. So we start off with his birth and things like that, but as he mentions, Volko trained me, and then we blend to him training on the beach, and it's just the way it's shot, the cinematography. James Wan is an amazing cinematographer, and the way director, and the way everything is directed and the whole film is done is just absolutely stunning. The way the panning shots and things like that, it works very, very well. Now, the story, it's your cookie-cutter comic book story. We've got Aquaman having to return to Atlantis so his brother doesn't declare war on the surface world because, we're polluting and everything like that. And we're dickheads, really, at the end of the day. But I really did like that story. It's simple, but it's effective. And it's really, really good. And I like the way that we had the secondary character of Black Manta in here as well. I liked his origin. I did wonder how they were going to introduce him and how he gets, really high-tech stuff. But it was really, really cool. And I liked the way that we had him on the submarine, who's a pirate, and he comes from a long line of pirates. It just worked really well. And the actor who played him was pretty decent. And I liked the way that we had the Ocean Master with Patrick Wilson actually having subterfuge and declare war by, tricking everyone into war. I thought it was really, really good. And Patrick Wilson's Ocean Master, Orm, his descent into madness worked really, really well. And there was a few cheesy bits where he said, "You can call me Ocean Master." And I'm like, oh man, come on. It's a bit cheesy, but you know what? I kind of fall for that. And I like the drama and the soap opera of that when you mention the name. But overall, with Orm, the storyline of them worked. And I did like the fact that we had the headstrong Arthur Curry coming thinking, you know what, I'm going to fight him, I'm going to fight you, and it just failed absolutely miserably. And having Mera there to be his kind of, calm him down and be the smart one, so to speak, well, that worked very, very well. I can imagine a few kind of social justice warriors saying, he's the one true king, but he's not. He needs the woman and blah blah blah. But it works. It works. It's the story in the comics at the end of the day, and it is pretty good. And the way he is the one true king works very, very well. And I'm excited to see go back to this world. I've seen a few people say that Black Manta was underused, but this wasn't a Black Manta story. At the end of the day, it wasn't. This was all about Orm and the birthright of Aquaman, Arthur Curry himself, and that works very, very well. And there was a lot of story beats here which just not copied, but it's just similar with Ant-Man and the Wasp, his mother, missing or gone or whatever, and then we had Black Panther, the brothers fighting to reclaim the throne. It just was really weird, so I didn't mind it. But overall, it worked. The story was pretty solid, in my opinion, and we had a globe-trotting adventure, which was fun. And it would have been nice if we just had some sort of, if we were going back to sort of mythological times, if he just called upon maybe Wonder Woman to be like, can you tell me where this is or whatever? Have you heard of this trident? Have you heard of this? But it's pretty cool, and I like the way that we had the really old school Atlantis, and we learned why it sunk. They pretty much cover all the beats here, to be honest. Major things did change with Volko. Volko was someone who actually was convincing, of course, our Arthur Curry to return to Atlantis. And Shin, the guy who was actually on the news in the movies, in the movie, he was the one who actually trained him. And then Arthur had to kill him because he wouldn't take him to Atlantis. He wanted to go to Atlantis so badly. So the sequel here sets up the sequel in the post-credits scene with Black Manta and Shin. They are going to go back and try and infiltrate and destroy Atlantis. I was hoping that Lex Luthor would sort of recruit him, just like he recruited Deathstroke for their Legion of Doom. I really was hoping that, but I guess he's not that big of a character just yet. Maybe the post-credit scene in Aquaman 2 with Black Manta being the villain, Lex Luthor may turn up there. But the future of the DCEU, we have no idea what is going on. Flash is just completely up in the air. Wonder Woman 2 is coming out. We don't know what the hell's going on with Batman, but we've got Shazam coming out as well. And really, it just feels like a bit of a mess. But if we get Wonder Woman, Aquaman and Shazam shaping up to be very nicely, well, it looks like the DCEU really does have a bright future. Critics be damned. But that is it for this video. Please drop a like, please subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.